The spiritual significance of leaving here on the Ides of March is absolutely uncanny. For those of you who are interested in like spiritual matters and things, it's actually like kind of interesting that I'm leaving Texas after 12 years I was here and I just tread so hard on this ground. Like, I'm going back to New York with less money than I came here with, and I'm not mad about it, but I think that's a problem. you know, I think all of this, there was a lot of like amazing love and amazing heartbreak and just finding out about before it was even popular, like Epstein level evil, before it was even popular. I was out there like boots on the ground, just like, no, dude, no, not under my nose. Absolutely not. Not going to happen. And I tried a little bit in New York, but at this point, like, I don't care. Like, if you want to do the weird shit you want to do and people want to follow you, let them follow you. I don't care anymore. I'm not going to be a martyr. It's interesting to leave, and the date that I set, it was like what put it into motion is my dad he threw an ulcer, which he didn't know about, and he almost bled out overnight. He almost died in his sleep. That's insane. And then considering moving back, it was like, gotta pick a date. And then, my dad was like, like a month from now. So that ended up being around the Ides of March. And it's so interesting how everything is like interwoven and intertwined because the spiritual significance of the Ides of March, which was when Julius Caesar was allowed to be assassinated, I think that was the last time because people used to, and like, you don't have to agree with me, you don't have to believe me, and through the power of AI, you might never actually know who this person is or this entity is. And it's probably better that way because when Jesus came and he had a body, he had an identity, they crucified him. So I think it would be more tactical for Jesus to come back without actually having a physical vessel, without having a physical identity of who he is in the spirit of people without being able to persecute a person. I think that would be way more effective. But, anyways, Jesus was born like 30 something years after Julius Caesar was assassinated, and people used to revere him as God. So, when he was able to get assassinated, it was actually insane. It was like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? And I think it happened because I think he was like largely lukewarm, and maybe there's always this kind of authority under God that like you can't be. And I think that is kind of what allowed him to get assassinated, perhaps because Julius Caesar was trying to have peace with Rome and everyone else. But Rome were doing whack shit. So, like nowadays, take a message out of this book. Maybe we shouldn't allow people to do whack shit, you know? I sort of appreciate the Don for like demanding respect, even if he doesn't deserve it, because I think he's setting the stage for who comes after him. There is going to be a man, perhaps, after Don, where like people are going to have to respect him because you're going to want to. And because that's the way things used to be. People used to revere Julius Caesar as God. Like that's the way things used to be, and you don't have to. And that guy's not coming back. He's gonna be like a dust in the wind. You're not gonna find a vessel to murder this time. At least that's what I believe. But, this time of year is always really hard for me because it's very like, if I wanted to loop in the trauma of that fall, I could, but I don't want to. I wanna move forward. I don't wanna go backwards. Speaking of everything that happened here, like, I don't want to, like, ruminate on what happened in Austin, Texas. It was insane. It was much needed, and I'm very grateful, and I had to come back here to collect all the missing fragments of my soul, and I've reconnected with every soul along the journey, even Brutus, the dude who killed that dude. Reincarnation is real. Everyone won't know it, but like people who know each other, they're gonna know it. It's not gonna be a secret. They're gonna know it, dude. And it will probably go mainstream at some point, but these cycles of time and the people who are connected, interconnected, interwoven, intertwined, they're gonna find each other. And I had to come all the way down to Texas to do that. And it's no wonder I'm going back. It was like I asked my dad, like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "A month." And I was like, "That's, Ides of March, basically." The spiritual significance is uncanny because this has been the hardest time of the year for me, and I want to wipe this trauma from my slate, Like, I don't want to. It is devastating to me what happened all those years ago in cycles, in times, over and over again, and we want to end generational karma and trauma and sadness. So perhaps there is a revelation, a rebirth, a new cycle, a new thing, and you want to get on that wavelength. You want to be on that wavelength because every day is more heavenly than the last if you're on that wavelength. If you're just listening to the doom and gloom of the world, it's a lot different. But retribution is happening. Excuse me. That's it for now. Check you later, you wet kind of people. Love y'all so much. I'm gonna have a store. You can shop online, all your favorite hair care. Support the channel through that way. I will link it soon, probably below. Keep in touch. It's like whatever you want. It's like luxury Japanese, Milbon, Moroccan oil, living proof, like all of your favorite hair care products you're gonna be able to shop on my website. And I'll link it below soon. Have a great night. Thank you.